Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories on our first playoff game of the 2014-2015 season as the Blue Valley Tigers are taking on the Shawnee Mission West Vikings. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from Blue Valley.
Hi, I'm Arjun Prakash. I'm a senior and my favorite English football team is Everton.
Hi, I'm Luke Connors. I'm also a senior and my favorite English football club is AFC Wimbledon.
Hi, I'm William Liu. I'm a junior and my favorite English football club is Arsenal.
Hi, I'm Sid Hegde. I'm a sophomore and my favorite English football club is Tottenham Hotspur.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm a junior and my favorite English football club is Manchester City.
And our competitors from Shawnee Mission West.
I'm Austin. I'm a junior and I think the dress is black and blue.
I'm Blake. I'm a sophomore and I think that it's white and gold.
I'm Kathleen. I'm a senior and I can see both.
I'm Megan. I'm a junior, and the dress is black and blue.
I'm Nick. I'm a freshman, and I think the dress is black and blue.
All right, and I'm your host, Mr. Bartell. Dig Man City. And I don't see how people think it's gold and white. I just don't see it. All right. Here in categories, in the first round, we're going to take turns answering questions. And if a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team has a chance to steal that category. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Vikings. So here is the first category. It is U.S. geography. What state is known for lush grass, racehorses, and tobacco? Austin.
Kentucky.
It is Kentucky. Tigers, general knowledge. Individual stuffed pizza in the form of a turnover. It's popular in Italian delis. What's it called? Arjun?
Calzone.
It is calzone. Back to you, Vikings. Another general knowledge question. At what time of day do Jewish holidays begin? Blake.
At sundown.
Sundown. Blue Valley, world history is your category. Who became president of the newly independent Republic of Vietnam in 1945? Arjun.
Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh, very good. West, current events is your category. Name the motion picture that won the Academy Awards for Best Motion Picture and Best Director. Austin.
Birdman.
Birdman. Tigers, math geometry. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, the quadrilateral is always, sometimes, or never a rhombus. William.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Very good. Vikings, back to you with sports, this time baseball. What famous Major League Baseball park was once called Weigman Park? Austin.
Wrigley Field.
It is Wrigley Field. Back to you, Tigers. Business terminology. In business, what is the term for a report or statement listing the merchandise on hand and other assets of a business? Nathan.
Inventory.
Inventory, very good. West, back to you with music. What do you call a typical Tyrolean mountaineer's modulated melody? Austin.
A yodel.
It is called a yodel. Wow. Back to you, Tigers. This time it's science anatomy. Identify the principal muscle used in breathing. Luca.
The diaphragm.
It is the diaphragm. Back to you, Vikings. Literature. In one of the classic visions of what society might be, Sir Thomas More pictures an ideal nation founded on liberty, toleration, and public welfare. What did More title this satire? Nick.
Utopia.
It is Utopia. Back to you, Tigers. Language is your category. Name any two of the only 4 words in the English language that end in D-O-U-S. Luco.
Stupendous, tremendous.
Very good. Hazardous and horrendous are the other two.
Yes, they are.
Outstanding. Back to you, Vikings, with U.S. history. About 150 Americans boarded 3 British ships in Boston Harbor and emptied their tea into the water. What year was the Boston Tea Party? Austin.
1775.
That is incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal this U.S. history question. About 150 Americans boarded 3 British ships in Boston Harbor and emptied their tea into the water. What year was the Boston Tea Party? Luke.
1774.
73. 73. Tigers, we are coming back to you with general knowledge, this time currency. If you have a $100,000 bill, the Treasury Department would like to talk to you. Could you tell me whose picture is on the front of the $100,000 bill? Sid.
Salmon P. Chase.
That is incorrect. Vikings, chance to steal this currency question. If you have a $100,000 bill, the Treasury Department would like to talk to you. Can you tell me whose picture is on the front of the $100,000 bill? Austin.
Woodrow Wilson.
It is Woodrow Wilson. Back to you, Vikings, with museums. What major science museum opened in New York City in 1869? Austin?
The Smithsonian.
It is not the Smithsonian. Tigers, chance to steal this geography museums category. What major science museum opened in New York City in 1869? Sid.
Museum of Natural History.
That's the one we're looking for. Tigers, you do get the next question. It's current events. Name the NASCAR driver who won this year's Daytona 500. Arjun.
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano. Back to you, West, this time world geography. It is bordered by Morocco, Tunisia, Mali, Niger, and Libya. Name this large African nation which won its independence from France in 1962. Austin.
Algeria.
It is Algeria. Back to you, Tigers. You also have a world geography question. The nation of India has had 3 capitals, the 2 most being Delhi and New Delhi. What was the capital of British India? Sid.
Calcutta.
Calcutta. Back to you, Vikings. Fine arts, theater. From the Latin to produce, what word describes plays performed in rotation? Tigers, chance to steal this fine arts theater category. From the Latin to produce, what word describes plays performed in rotation? Repertory. Repertory. Tigers, we are coming back to you with a science botany question. What is the common name for the Ficus elastica plant? Luke?
The fern.
It is not the fern. Vikings, chance to steal this science botany question. What is the common name for the Ficus elastica plant? Austin?
Cactus.
It's not cactus. It's the rubber plant. Rubber plant, elastica. Vikings, you are going to get the next category. It is medicine in regards to health. Meaning joint inflammation, this is man's oldest known chronic disease. Nick?
Arthritis.
It is arthritis. Back to you, Tigers. Grammar is the question. To boldly go where no man has gone before, says Captain James T. Kirk in the introduction to a classic television series. What grammatical, Luco?
Split infinitive.
Split infinitive. Vikings, you have the next question. It is geometry. The front of the Parthenon is shaped like a special rectangle. The measure whose sides is always in the ratio of about 1 to 1.618. What kind of rectangle is it? Nick?
The golden rectangle.
Golden rectangle. Very good. Blue Valley, coming back to you with world history. The largest earthquake ever recorded, measuring 9.5 on the Richter scale, shook what country in 1960? Arjun?
Indonesia.
It is not Indonesia. Vikings, you have a chance to steal this world history question. The largest earthquake ever recorded, measuring 9.5 on the Richter scale, shook what country in 1960? Blake.
Chile.
Chile. Vikings, we are coming back to you with U.S. history. In 1867, the Grange was organized in America to protect whom? Austin.
Farmers.
Farmers. Coming back to you, Tigers, U.S. geography. Many of the names of states are of Native American origin. I'll give you the meaning, and you give me the state. It means Great Land, Mainland. Vikings, coming back to you, your chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Many of the names of states are of Native American in origin. I'll give you the meaning, and you give me the state. It means Great Land, Mainland. Austin.
Nebraska.
It's close. Alaska. Alaska. Got the last part correct. Vikings, coming back to you with art. They come in of varieties including flat, tooth, cold, pitching, and T. These are important tools used in art, especially sculpture. What are they? Austin.
Hammers.
Cannot accept hammers. Tigers, you have a chance to steal this art question. They come in varieties including flat, tooth, cold, pitching, and T. These are important tools used in art, especially sculpture. What are they? William.
Chisels.
They're chisels. Coming back to you, Blue Valley, with a science chemistry question. This structure contains chemicals that convert light energy into chemical bond energy. Am I talking about chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondrion, or nucleolus? Luca.
Chloroplasts.
Chloroplast, very good. Vikings, economics terminology is your category. Name the tax on the manufacture, sale, or consumption of specified commodities. Austin.
Luxury tax.
Is not luxury tax. Tiger's chance to steal this economics terminology. Name the tax on the manufacture, sale, or consumption of specified commodities. Luke.
Excise.
Excise tax. Blue Valley, we are coming back to you with a history explorers question. Who discovered, this in quote, who discovered Antarctica without ever seeing it? Nathan.
Ferdinand Magellan.
It is not Magellan. Vikings, chance to steal this history explorers question. Who discovered Antarctica without ever seeing it? Captain Cook did that. Captain Cook. Vikings, we are coming back to you with a math question. What are the two perfect squares between 7 and 21? Nick.
9 and 16.
Those are the two. Coming back to you, Tigers, with vocabulary. What would you call a person who constantly believes that he is ill or about to become ill? Luke.
A hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac, very good. Vikings, literature, poetry is your category. The Brooklyn Times reviewed Walt Whitman's collection of poetry, Leaves of Grass. The poet who reviewed it was extremely kind to the work. Who was the reviewer? Austin?
Emerson.
It was not Emerson. Tigers, chance to steal this literature poetry question. The Brooklyn Times reviewed Walt Whitman's collection of poetry, Leaves of Grass. The poet who reviewed it was extremely kind to the work. Who was the reviewer? Luke?
Robert Frost.
It was not Robert Frost. It was Walt Whitman himself. That was a good one to end the first half on. Here we go. In the first half, we have a score right now of Blue Valley 14 and Shawnee Mission West 13. In this part of our program, we're going to award our regular season trophies for our finishes. We had Shawnee Mission West finishing 4th this year with a 3-1 record and 46% of their questions answered correctly. So I shall award each one of you a ribbon. Good job. Excellent. Very good. Very good. And Austin, I'm going to trust you with these other ones because I know you have other competitors that are not here today. And I also have for you this fourth place trophy for an excellent finish to the regular season. Nice job.
Thank you.
And our regular season champs, Blue Valley Tigers, they have a 4-0 record with 61% of their questions answered correctly. And so I shall award each one of you your ribbons. Careful, the rubber band might hit someone in the eye. I don't want that. Yeah. Oh, Arjun, you got the rubber band. Lucky. All right. Nice job, guys. Good job. Excellent. And I'm going to trust you with these in case you have other contestants that need those. And I also have for you this first place regular season trophy.
Thank you.
There you go. Great job. Oh, it's a little loose, but we can tighten that up for you. All right.
That's it. Thank you.
All right. As you can see by the graphic on the screen, our regular season placement has determined the seedings for our tournament, with Blue Valley, with our regular season champion, had the number 1 seed, and Shawnee Mission West with our 4th place being the number 4 seed. The winner of today's game will go on to play in our championship match, and the loser will play in our consolation game. All right, as we head into the second round here on categories, as tradition, we will start with our look and listen question, which is worth 2 points. And once, again, reminder to our contestants, when someone rings in, we cannot stop the video and rewind it. We can only stop from where we are. And as soon as I am done reading the question, we can have anyone from either team ring in. So if you would like to pay attention to the monitor we have here in the studio, here is our look and listen question. Due to erosion, this monument was roped off in 1977 to prevent tourist access except for 4 times a year. What are those 4 times during the year? Luke.
That would be the winter and the summer solstices and the spring and the fall equinox.
Those are the 4 we were looking for. Nice job. 2 points to Blue Valley. As we continue here with our lightning round, we place questions on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point for their team. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will still get a chance to steal. So here we go, both teams, hands on buzzers. The first category is religious history. Until the 13th century, the Christian church condemned any lending of money at interest as an ignominious sin, which is formerly called usury. What theological halfway house for deceased usurers was elaborated as a way to get capitalists into heaven eventually? Nick.
Purgatory.
Purgatory. Thank you for getting that right, so I didn't have to read that long question again. Both teams, European history. In 1943, Hitler ordered the destruction of the Jewish ghetto in what city? Blake.
Warsaw.
It is Warsaw. Theater for both teams. This 1955 Tennessee Williams play set in Mississippi takes place on the family patriarch's birthday. Nathan.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
That is correct. Fine arts, painters is the next category. Fairly long question. While many Impressionists brought Japanese qualities into their paintings, this artist revived the Rococo style of such painters as Fragonard and Watteau. Among his paintings is Girl with a Watering Can. Name this French Impressionist. Luke.
Manet.
It is not Manet. Vikings chance to steal this fine arts painters category. While many Impressionists brought Japanese qualities into their paintings, this artist revived the Rococo style of such painters as Fragonard and Watteau. Among his paintings is Girl with a Watering Can. Name this French Impressionist. Austin.
Picasso.
It is not Picasso, it's Renoir. Renoir. World geography for both teams. Among European Union nations, it has the lowest rate of women working outside the home and the highest birth rate. It is also unique in banning abortions and legalized divorce in 1997. What is this very conservative Catholic nation? Austin.
Italy.
It is not Italy. Tigers, chance to steal this world geography question. Among European Union nations, it has the lowest rate of women working outside the home and the highest birth rate. It is also unique in banning abortions and legalized divorce in 1997. What is this very conservative Catholic nation? Arjun.
Vatican City.
It's not Vatican City, it's Ireland. Ireland. U.S. history for both teams. California's 1849 legislature adopted free soil constitution, which meant that what practice would not be allowed there? Nick.
Slavery.
Slavery, that's correct. Another U.S. history question for both teams. After Reconstruction, Southern blacks began to lose the rights they had gained. By the early 1900s, every Southern state required all voters to pay which type of... Arjun.
Poll tax?
It is a poll tax. Mythology for both teams. As her name implies, this nymph could only repeat the last word. Nathan.
Echo.
Echo is correct. Science, astronomy. What month does this moon occur? The snow moon. Luke.
November.
It's not November. Vikings, chance to steal this science astronomy category. In what month does this moon occur? The snow moon. Blake.
December.
It's not December, it's February. Science, biology for both teams. When a muscle becomes active, does it need extra hydrogen, oxygen? Luke.
Oxygen.
It is oxygen. Literature, this time authors. Hemingway wrote The Old Man and the Sea. Who wrote The Old Curiosity Shop? Nathan.
Charles Dickens.
It is Charles Dickens. Nice job. Foreign language is the next category. What is the Spanish word for navy? Sid.
Armada.
Armada. Sports and games is the next category. In the game of bridge, there are suits that are bid to determine which player takes the lead and plays the hand. What is the lowest ranking suit? Luke.
Clubs.
It is clubs. Current events for both teams. In response to the beheading of 21 Christian Egyptians last week, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi defended airstrikes on ISIS targets in what country? Austin.
Libya.
It is Libya. Shakespeare is the next category. Identify the Shakespearean play from the following opening line. Hence, home, you idle creatures, get you home. Nathan.
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar. U.S. military is the next category. When you see that a general has 2 stars on his collar, what is his rank? Nathan.
Brigadier General.
I'm sorry, it is not Brigadier General. Vikings, chance to steal this U.S. military question. When you see that a general has 2 stars on his collar, what is his rank? Austin.
Commander.
It's not commander, it's Major General. Major General. Literature for both teams. Who wrote these lines and from what novel are they taken? Here it is. All animals are equal, but some... Nick.
Animal Farm and George Orwell.
That is correct. Economics for both teams. These statistics are sensitive to changes in the state of the economy. Monthly, the news speaks of the index of leading ones. This gives an idea of the future economic health. What term am I looking for? Austin.
S&P.
Not S&P. Tigers, chance to steal this economics vocabulary. These statistics are sensitive to changes in the state of the economy. Monthly, the news speaks of the index of leading ones. This gives an idea of the future economic health. What term am I looking for? Luke?
Employers.
Not employers. We're just looking for economic indicators. Economic indicators. Movies for both teams. What singer/actress starred in the film Beauty Shop? Kathleen?
Jennifer Hudson.
It is not Jennifer Hudson. Tigers, chance to steal this movies category. What singer/actress starred in the film The Beauty Shop? Sid.
Jennifer Lopez.
It is not Jennifer Lopez. It's Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah. Science, chemistry for both teams. What's the common name for hydrogen hydroxide? Luke. Water. It is water. Vocabulary, spelling, coming from the Egyptian word meaning great house. This was the title of Nick.
Pharaoh. Oh, I have to spell it. P-H-A-R-O-A-H.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal this vocabulary spelling category, coming from the Egyptian word meaning great house. This was the title of the rulers of ancient Egypt from the 16th century BC onward. Spell. Sid?
P-H-A-R-A-O-H.
That is correct, yes. Literature for both teams. By which work is Sir Thomas Malory remembered? William?
The Canterbury Tales.
Cannot accept Canterbury Tales. Vikings, chance to steal this literature question. By which work is Sir Thomas Malory remembered? La Morte d'Arthur. Movies for both teams. In which two countries was The Deer Hunter set? Arjun?
Vietnam and Cambodia.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this movies category. Which two countries was The Deer Hunter set? Austin?
Vietnam and Laos.
I cannot accept that either. Vietnam is one of them. United States. The United States is the other. Science, technology for both teams. In order to improve the transmission properties of a communications line, a process called loading is used. What characteristic of the line does loading increase? William?
Bandwidth.
I cannot accept bandwidth. Vikings, chance to steal this technology question. In order to improve the transmission properties of a communications line, a process called loading is used. What characteristic of the line does loading increase? Austin?
Speed.
Cannot accept speed. Inductance. Inductance is where we're looking for. U.S. government for both teams. What is it called when voters do not limit their selections to candidates of the same party? Austin?
Outsourcing.
Cannot accept outsourcing. Tigers, chance to steal this U.S. government question. What is it called when voters do not limit their selections to candidates of the same party? Arjun?
Swing voters.
Cannot accept swing voters. Ticket splitting. Ticket splitting is what we're looking for. World history for both teams. After being disposed as Chinese leader, Pu Li fled into Japan in 1924 to seek that country's protection. Of which conquered area was he made a puppet ruler? Austin?
Manchuria.
Manchuria, yep. Both teams. Sports is the category. The University of Connecticut made NCAA history by winning both men's and women's basketball tournaments in 2004. What are the team's nicknames? Sid?
The Huskies.
They are the Huskies. Mythology for both teams. In ancient mythology, he was the god of music, arts, medicine, and poetry. William?
Apollo.
Apollo. Next category is vocabulary, especially law vocabulary. What the heck, let's do it anyways. What specific crime is defined as unintentional killing of one person? Luke?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter, very good. And with that siren, that does denote the end of our game with a score of Blue Valley 29, Shawnee Mission West 19. Congratulations to the Tigers as they will advance to our championship game here in 3 weeks. And West, you will be playing in our consolation game in 2 weeks. Don't forget, we are going to continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students throughout Johnson County as we're going to bring you the next semifinal match between Blue Valley West and Blue Valley Northwest. Congratulations to both teams. We'll see you next time.